You know, it doesn't matter if you're a tiny startup or a massive corporation. Every single business faces the same core challenge. How do you make smart moves when the world outside your own office is changing by the second? So today, we're going to pull back the curtain and look at the blueprint for understanding that world: competitive intelligence. But let's just cut right to the chase. What if you could actually see your competitor's next move before they make it? I mean, what if you had a system, a real process, that could give you a serious analytical edge and help you anticipate what your competition is about to do? And that really gets to the heart of the matter, doesn't it? We're talking about the huge danger of having strategic blind spots. It is so easy for any organization to just get completely wrapped up in its own world, focusing on its own operations, and totally miss the giant shifts happening right outside the door. I mean, this image just nails it. You've got a decision maker stuck inside their own little box, totally isolated. But that's not how the real world works, is it? Every business operates in this living, breathing ecosystem. Your competitors react to what you do, the market is always changing, and your customers, well, they're always comparing you to the other guys. Ignoring all that isn't just risky, it's a recipe for disaster. Okay, so how do we fix this? How do you get rid of those blind spots? Well, you need a totally new kind of lens, one that's specifically designed to look outward. And that, my friends, is exactly where competitive intelligence, or CI, comes into play. And this comparison here is just perfect. See, most companies are already pretty good at traditional business intelligence, or BI. That's all about looking inward, analyzing your own sales data, your own performance, basically checking the gears inside your own machine. But competitive intelligence, that's a whole different ballgame. It's like you stop staring at your own engine and instead you point this massive satellite dish at the entire landscape to figure out what everyone else is up to. All right, so let's get a formal definition on the table so we're all on the same page. CI is the systematic analysis of external information that's relevant to strategic decision-making. Now, the word I really want you to lock onto there is analysis. This isn't just about grabbing a bunch of data, it's about making sense of it. And we have got to be crystal clear about this. This is not espionage. We are not talking about trench coats and secret briefcases, okay? Nothing illegal, nothing unethical. Good CI is all about rigorous analysis that's built on a solid foundation of legal and ethical practices. It's about being smart, not sneaky. Big difference. So you're probably wondering, all right, if it's not spying, then how in the world does it work? How do you actually build an engine that can take all that crazy noise from the outside world and turn it into a clear strategic signal you can actually use? Let's walk through the process. It all kicks off with asking the right questions. So, for example, let's say you're a car company. You might ask, who are our biggest rivals in the electric vehicle space? And how exactly are they positioning their new models? Then you go out and gather publicly available data. We're talking things like patent filings, new job postings, industry reports. Finally, you refine all that raw data into actual intelligence, connecting the dots and seeing how it impacts your own plans. And look, this isn't just about creating some fancy report that sits on a shelf and gathers dust. The entire purpose of this refined intelligence is to be actionable. It's meant to plug directly into your strategy and drive real-world decisions. And what it really does is help you answer the two most fundamental questions in business. First, where should we even play? Think of CI as your map of the terrain. It helps you see the landscape and decide where to compete. And second, okay, once we're there, how do we win? Now CI becomes your playbook, helping you plan your moves on the competitive chessboard. I absolutely love this metaphor. On one side of this giant canyon, you have all your analysis and insights. On the other side, you have decisive action from leadership. Competitive intelligence, that's the sturdy bridge that connects the two. It's what turns an aha moment in the data into a concrete investment or a competitive response. But let's be real for a second. This is not a crystal ball. CI is about preparation, not prophecy. It doesn't magically eliminate all uncertainty. What it does do is equip you to anticipate a bunch of different possibilities and avoid getting totally blindsided. So with that in mind, we have to talk about the risks. Yeah, there are definitely some traps you can fall into. You've got signal noise, which is when you overreact to a really weak or vague piece of information. Then there's bad inputs. You know the saying, garbage in, garbage out. And maybe one of the biggest traps is mirror imaging. That's when you assume your rival is going to think and act exactly like you would. Trust me, they won't. And this brings us right back around to ethics. Getting an analysis wrong is a problem, for sure. But compromising your company's integrity to get information, that is a catastrophe. This quote says it all. The risk to your reputation is almost always higher than the risk of a flawed analysis. And of course, this entire field is evolving at lightning speed. New AI tools are coming online that can automate the collection and analysis of external data on a massive scale. Think of it like upgrading from that single satellite dish to an entire global network of them, all working together. Which leaves us with one final thought to chew on. The tools are only going to get better, faster, and smarter. They can integrate data, they can spot the trends, but what can't they do? As AI handles more and more of the what is that uniquely human judgment, that strategic interpretation that a machine simply can't replace? That's the real question.